Hello guys, welcome to Dr. G's Health Channel. Today, we are going to talk about 5 bad habits that are going to affect your health. So, let's define our topic first. What is a bad habit? A bad habit is a habitual behavior considered to be detrimental to one's physical or one's mental health, and it is often linked to a lack of self-control. Habits that are typically seen as bad include smoking, nail biting, procrastinating, and swearing. On the other hand, health can be defined negatively as the absence of illness, functionally as the ability to cope with everyday activities, or positively as fitness and well-being. Without further ado, let's get started with the first bad habit.
Most people go to bed and sleep until morning, but people with irregular sleep habits experience a disrupted sleep that is often unstructured. According to the National Institute of Health, people with irregular sleep-wake syndrome are not considered as sleep deprived. They get an adequate amount of sleep, however, their sleep is spread over a 24-hour period rather than concentrated into 7 to 8 hours. Irregular sleep-wake rhythm is deadly, and it will result in the neurological conditions like the following: dementia, brain damage, and also mental retardation. The root cause of irregular sleep habit is the near absence of circadian rhythm, which is responsible for regulating the period of wakefulness and rest. It appears that if you don't have a consistent sleep schedule, for example, staying up late frequently, rushing for assignments, taking a long nap during the day, causing the person unable to sleep at night. And lastly, irregular working shift can also result in an irregular sleep habit and subsequently affect the circadian rhythm. There are several therapies and lifestyle changes you can do to deal with the irregular sleep habit. First, controlling your exposure of light. You should be exposed to blue and bright light during the day. You should limit your exposure to blue light from the TV screen and also computer screen during the night. Secondly, taking melatonin supplementation could also help. It is the hormone that signals the body to prepare for sleep. Third, adding more structure into your day. This could include social activities, other relaxing activities, exercising, and also many more activities. Also, remember, you should avoid taking a long nap during the day. Lastly, write down all your thoughts and unresolved issues on a piece of paper before going to sleep. This could help as it will prevent you from reviewing all these thoughts before you are going to sleep.
Life often can be very busy. As a student, we often postpone a meal while we are in the middle of an assignment. This eventually leads to eating meals at irregular time. According to the Proceedings of Nutrition Society, they explain that it is not just what you eat, but when you eat that affects your health. Weight gain, hunger pains, and higher risk of metabolic syndromes are the consequences of eating irregularly. Eating at irregular time can cause you to become extremely hungry. This can ultimately lead to overindulging at your next meal and even indulge faster than usual. You will not know that you are full in a short period, as it takes at least 20 minutes for your brain to know that you are full. In this case, it often results in obesity and weight gain. In addition to that, people nowadays, especially students who stay up late, tend to skip breakfast or more than one meal. It is found to be one of the vital factors in predisposition for ulcer disease. When we stay hungry for too long, we will experience a strong contraction in our stomach, which is known as intense hunger pain. It is due to the gastric juices that irritates our stomach lining. Besides, eating at irregular time can put you at a higher risk of metabolic syndrome such as diabetes. Meal skippers had increased fasting glucose levels and a delayed insulin response. In the long run, it can lead to diabetes. Furthermore, your body enters stress mode, which can stimulate the stress hormone called cortisol. High levels of cortisol can lead to a drastic increase in insulin, and it can also cause inflammation and can increase the risk of many cancers. To sum up, eating at irregular time is a bad habit that we must avoid in our daily life. To live a healthy life, we should fix the time of eating every meal, as health is the greatest wealth in our life.
Another bad habit that results in the deterioration of our health is sitting down for a long time. Sitting down, meaning that sticking your butt to the chair for the prolonged period, will actually have bad effects on our health. Sitting for prolonged periods are mainly caused by the ridiculous amount of workload being given to adults as well as students. Adults who works in offices had to sort and compile tons and tons of data daily, whereas students have assignments and exams to deal with for most of the time. Furthermore, the advancement in technology causes people to be sedentary, especially with the invention of the smartphone. People tend to surf the net or watch movies on their smartphones instead of going out for a nice evening walk or a good football match. When you sit, you use less energy than you do when you move or stand. Studies have linked sitting for long periods of time with a number of health concerns. They include obesity and a cluster of conditions such as increased blood pressure, high blood sugar, excess body fat around the waist, and abnormal cholesterol levels. Too much sitting overall and prolonged periods of sitting also seem to increase the risk of death from cardiovascular disease and cancer. So, there are a few ways you can incorporate activity into your day. For example, walk or cycle and leave the car at home. And use the stair instead of the lift or escalator, or at least walk up the escalator. And park further away from wherever you are going and walk the rest of the way. And also exercise. Indoor exercises such as dancing, yoga, and martial arts are useful if the weather outside is bad. And lastly, reduce your sedentary behavior, like standing up and do some ironing during your favorite television shows, and so on.
We live in a tropical country and we often drink ice cold water because of the weather. Drinking ice cold water, especially after an exercise or even a meal, feels heavenly. It helps us cool down in a matter of seconds. But have you ever wondered how it might be harming your body? You have enough reason to restrict the usage of ice cold water as it hurts your body. When you drink ice cold beverage, your blood vessels shrink, your digestion becomes restricted, and hydration is hindered. Instead of working to digest the food and absorb the nutrients to create energy, your body expends energy to regulate your temperature, and this can lead to water loss. Drinking cold water after a meal creates excess mucus in your body, which can lead to a decrease in the immune system function, making it easier to catch cold and other illnesses. If you eat food while drinking cold beverage or immediately after, the water temperature solidifies fats from the food you have just eaten, and the body in turn finds it hard to digest the unwanted fats from your body. According to the Texas Heart Institute, drinking a frosty glass of ice water may seem appealing, but it's not necessarily the best thing for your body during or immediately after exercise. This isn't because the cold water will shock the body. It has to do with the optimum temperature at which your body absorbs water. The Institute recommends that instead of ice water, you drink warm water because your body absorbs warm water faster than cold water. This hydrates your body faster. Quicker hydration is especially important during exercise, which can cause you to lose fluid rapidly, especially in exercising in heat. There are many opinions that drinking ice water is beneficial because it burns more calories. I recommend that we do not want to burden our digestive system because there are many other ways to burn calories. Therefore, we should reduce drinking ice cold water.
Life often can be very busy. As a student, we tend to postpone a meal while we eat.
Boy, how many times I want to remind you? Come early, come early.
People so big you cannot see, man. Wear your eyes on the butt.
Hey, you wear spec already, you also cannot see.
You know what is spec for? So people cannot see lah.
Why you laugh? You think I'm joking with you? And you? Why record video? You think very funny? And you guys, script also memorize too. And you better next time be careful.
Your finger very beautiful, man. Point, point, point.
Fight, is it?
Lie lah.
What fight? You fight,
Sometimes, anger can be good for you if it is addressed quickly or expressed in a healthy way. However, if you hold it in for long periods of time, it can wreak havoc on your body. Anger created within the body will affect our well-being, increasing risk of stroke, being risky to our heart, and resulting in a weaker immune system. Sometimes, when we are angry, we can feel our heart pump harder. According to Everyday Health, most physically damaging is anger's effect on your cardiac health. In the 2 hours after an angry outburst, the chance of getting heart attack doubles, said Chris Egan, the director of Mood Treatment Center in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. It is amazing that by just getting angry, we will have a greater risk of having heart attack. Besides that, prompting a stroke has also been linked to expression of anger. According to American Academy of Neurology, it states that anger and other negative emotions may be triggered for ischemic stroke. According to a study, it found that people who have stroke will most likely experience anger or other negative emotions in the 2 hours prior to the stroke than at the same time the day before the stroke. Both stroke and heart attack are serious physical diseases which can lead to death. In one study, it found that in healthy people, simply recalling an angry experience from their past will cause a 6-hour dips in levels of antibody immunoglobulin A, the cell's first line of defense. So, if you get angry often, you should check your level of anger. In conclusion, we should learn how to express our anger in a healthy way. Therefore, next time, if you're angry, please keep this detail in your mind.
Well, I assume you have been listening for the past 10 minutes. So you guys should have understood what are the bad habits that will cause bad effects on our health. For starters, prevention is better than cure. So, why not cut off these bad habits from today onwards? Do remember that if you have one foot in the coffin, it's very hard for you to pull that foot out. Thanks for watching Dr. G's Health Channel today. Please like and subscribe in the link below.
You know why I wear spec? Because I cannot see lah. You think I'm joking with you, is it? Why you laugh? And you? Why record video? You guys script also very long. This bag very heavy
It helps us cool down after a help us cool down in a matter of seconds. But ever wonder?
Okay. So next time if you're angry, please keep this video in your mind.
Not already
Finally.
Wow,
Yes, let's go and have some icy drinks. Do you guys want to eat? Huh? What's the time now?
2 AM
No.
Wait. Let me see. See.